Hey everyone, so we're going to be talking about some strategies that you can use for multiplication and multiplication facts. So even though I initially made this channel for my fourth graders, multiplication facts are definitely something that some of our younger learners can start to learn once they really understand the concepts of addition, and especially our third graders. Third grade is really the year where the multiplication facts are a mastery skill. The curriculum for fourth grade really has the expectation that when students are coming into fourth grade that they have those multiplication facts down, because now they're going to go into multi-digit multiplication and also long division, where knowing those multiplication facts is really going to be helpful. So I made a little poster here. Okay, I've already talked about a lot of these ideas and concepts and strategies, but just to kind of look at them again, look at them together, and sometimes this is the progression you would go in, but honestly, it goes learner to learner. Different kids learn different ways and can visualize things different ways. So first and foremost, to really understand what a multiplication fact is and what they are doing, visual arrays are a really good tool to use. So if I have 4 times 6, I can do 4 rows with 6 dots in each. And when I count those up, it's going to be 24. Is it practical? Do we want kids to forever only be using arrays? No, because that would take a very long time to solve a multiplication problem if for every fact they were drawing out such large numbers of dots. But this is a really good method for them to really get and understand, like, what is a multiplication fact? So when I see 4 times 6, maybe I can memorize that it's 24, but to see, okay, it means 4 rows of 6. 4 groups of 6. Now I can see where that 24 comes from. Okay, repeated addition. They're learning addition starting in, first, second grade, where they're working with number bonds and addition. So repeated addition. 4 times 6 means that I'm adding 4 6 times. So here's my 6. I could say 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 more is 12. 4 more is 16. 4 more is 20. 4 more is 24. Okay, and I can set it up as problems too, where I'm adding more 4s, and then I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I added 6 4s to get 24. Okay, skip counting using your fingers. And what I mean by that is I know our third grade teachers do a really nice job of doing some little sing-songs where the different facts, like the facts of 6 go to one song, and the facts to 7, the factors of 7 go to another song. And they do a really great job with that. And what we noticed is they were even more successful with it when they always used their fingers as they did it. So if they're counting by 6s and they're going 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, as they count each skip count and they put a finger up, then they got to 30, but a lot of times what was happening is when they weren't using their fingers, they would get to 30 and you would say, okay, 6 times what was 30? And they would say, I don't know, because they were treating it just like a song. So when they use their fingers, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, they can look and see they have 5 fingers up, okay? And they were counting by 6s. So 6 times 5 gave them 30. Okay, so something so simple, but we really did see that that made a big difference, that they were definitely counting as they went, so then when they got to that number they were looking for, that product they were looking for, they could see which finger they were on. Okay, and lastly, once they kind of have those down and they can skip count, one thing that we like to do for some movement too, to get a movement break, so you're getting some movement in there and you're also practicing your multiplication facts, is making up a different movement for each of the facts, okay? So if I was doing 2s, sometimes we'll do cherry pickers for 2s. So we're doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, maybe arm circles for 3. So I'm doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Okay, shoulder taps, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Maybe alligator chomps for the 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Nose touches. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Knee taps. That one usually got to stand up for. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. Okay, squats for the 8s. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. Okay, 9s, you could do maybe side reaches to the sides. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. And then maybe jumping jacks for your 10s, okay? It might be fun, you know, to have them come up with things that they can do. We've done that before. Kids have come up with karate kicks or karate chops or, you know, all sorts of different exercises they could do. And they can mix it up, but really it's about that repetitive practice of that skip counting, okay? So that one, you're not counting on your fingers and you're not showing your fingers, but it's just getting in that repetitive motion of skip counting, what comes next, and not having to count up. I still have a lot of 4th graders that, you know, they're doing 6 times 6 or 6 times 7, and, you know, they're starting right at 1. And they're saying 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And by the time they get up to what number they're looking for, they've counted up so many times, they have no idea how many times they've counted up. So it gets really frustrating. So that's where we see a lot of kids really shutting down with the multi-digit multiplication and division. So it's really good for us to get to know these, and you know, we're really looking at this time to say, what can we get ahead on? You know, everybody kind of feels like right now that academically we're really getting behind, and how far are these kids going to be behind? But something like multiplication facts is something that, you know, we can easily practice every day with flashcards or with any of these, you know, exercises that we've just done. Also, if you want to make a poster, I made some posters too that I had grabbed, that I had in my storage, you know, and here you can make them and put them right up on your wall. So once it's made, you know, this is something that students can practice independently. They can put it right up. If they don't know their skip counting yet, they can look at it as they're doing it, and they can tape it up on the wall right in front of them if they want to. It's getting them some good physical activity, and it's getting them some good practice. Okay, so this is a good skill that, you know, we can hone in on, and we can, even a new skill. Because right now I think that a lot of us are just thinking of what we're getting behind on rather than what could we be getting ahead on. Okay, and the last thing I want to look at real quick is the 9s trick. You know, we really want kids to understand number sense and everything, but guess what? I've still sometimes as an adult have used the 9s trick before. So with the 9s trick, what you do is you put all 10 of your fingers up like this. Can't see my fingers very well. Okay, my thumbs are together. So if I want to do 9 times 4, I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4. Put down that 4th finger. Okay, over here I now have 3 fingers up on this side. On the left side of the finger that's down, I have 3 fingers up, and on the right side I have 6. So 9 times 4 is 36. Okay, 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 6 is 54. Okay, I also have, you can make it with hands. You can do it with your own hands. You don't need to make this, but this is just a little tool I've used before at some of my math centers. And same thing. So here's the 1 finger. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36, okay? So you really don't need to make one of these, but this is just a learning tool I've used before to show how to do the 9s trick. So when you put that finger down, you have 1, and then you have 8. So 9 times 2, second finger down, was 1, 8, which is 18. Okay, it's kind of a neat little trick that I learned, I think, in 3rd grade. So there you have it. Try some of those out.